Hi, I'm Faye, Dr. Faye Mitchell. I'm postgraduate program lead in computing communication technologies, but that doesn't mean I teach just postgraduate. I do quite a bit of undergraduate as well. On the undergraduate, I'm responsible for network computing, that subject area, and most of my teaching is fairly techy. Okay, what's distinctive about the department and why do applicants apply? Well, I think there's a number of reasons. One is a philosophy of embedding the real world in our discipline. So we teach you the strong theoretic and then we go on to show you how it works in the real world. The other is our support. We take people who've never done any computing before and we intensively nurture them for their first year. We use a model of teaching which is called apprentice learning, which is basically we teach you something and then we teach you maybe for 10-15 minutes and then you go away and try it. And there's always someone on hand. There's always actually 2 people on hand in the first year to help you with that process so if you get stuck. We're very good at supporting students who come from, shall we say, non-standard backgrounds. We've got a high percentage of special needs students in the department. And in fact, and I can say this as a parent, that was one of the reasons why I chose Brookes for my own son to come here and study, was because I know that they've got good support for special needs students. We have a philosophy in the department of teaching theory but using real-world practical applications of it. So we give you the grounding, a very good grounding in the theoretical side of the disciplines, and then we show you how it's applied in the real world. So we take something simple like programming, we'll teach you the basics, and then we'll give you lots of real-world examples of how the technique you've been taught actually works in the real world. That sometimes means the real world examples are a bit more complex than you might otherwise get, but the students seem to appreciate that, and certainly when they go for jobs they're able to say, well, actually I've designed and built something like that already, here's an example of it. Last year, our students took part in the Angel Hack in London. They didn't win, and this is a group of first-year undergraduates, mainly, with a couple of second and third years and a couple of master students. They didn't win, but Microsoft were very impressed with what they did and gave them a couple of £1,000 worth of technology and software to use. And the product they produced at the end of it was very impressive. We don't have any winners yet, but we are also doing a sumo robot competition soon, and we hope to have the winners of that announced. The placement year is invaluable. We notice a marked improvement in the students' attitude and their grades when they get back from the placement. And perhaps the biggest incentive is there's been more than one occasion, in fact about 5 or 6 occasions, where I've walked into a placement to see a student and said, I thought you graduated. And that person says, well, actually I have. I'm now looking after the placement students. The companies was that impressed with what I did in placement, they've employed me. So it's a very good way of getting in contact and getting experience for jobs. What we do to prepare, well, we've got Kashi Basu, one of our academics, who organises the preparation process in your second year. You have a module which all students have to do, but one of its functions is to prepare you explicitly for placements. We have a very capable administrator, Andy King, very friendly, very approachable, who organises all the job applications coming in, keeps students informed of what's happening, and encourages students to apply, and puts them in contact with people like the Career Service who can help them write their applications and CVs. Okay, what links do we have with industry, and what does industry think of us? Well, we've got very strong links with industry. We've got an industrial advisory board who help us when we're producing any new programme. We always consult with industry, and they are very good at coming back to us and offering advice. Our placement students, the companies that take our placement students, they ask for Brookes students again and again and again. We also have recently started some modules which have not a placement component per se, but the industry offer real projects, and our teams of students get a chance to try and solve those projects. I'm afraid they don't get paid for it, but it does mean that they can go into industry and they can say, we've had an experience of working on something that is used in the real world. I have had a student come to me and tell me that what had happened was they'd been called for a job interview, and because of a connection we'd had with another company that uses the same software, that student was able to say, well, actually, I've written part of that software. And they basically got said, can you start tomorrow? So I think that says that industry quite approves of what we do. We do have industry coming at and asking us to teach their employees as well. Okay, what do we present to potential students on our open day? Well, we basically show them what it's like to come and learn here. We show them how enthusiastic our current students are, because they are very enthusiastic. And that's one thing we try and do, is trying to encourage them to have fun and enjoy their discipline. So we show them our newest member of staff, Artie, who's actually a robot, and he normally helps introduce things. We get them to try out the sorts of things that our students will do. We show them some of the examples of the research we're currently doing, and some of the research that they may have seen in the shops, and some of the products that they might not have known comes from our department. Where students go on to graduate, well, we've obviously got the big names in our discipline: Microsoft, Intel, Cisco, Logica. Some of our students have gone on to work for local companies, but still very important in the UK IT industry. Like we've had people from Brookes going on to work at Nominet, for instance. They don't all go into work in industry, in the IT industry. We have quite a few students who go to work in the city. We have quite a lot of students who will work in IT roles, but for large international companies. Kraft, for instance, employs a lot of our students, as does BMW. It's not always about going on to work, of course, because some of our students go on to do a master's degree, or sometimes even a PhD in research.